Rediscovering purpose as a father. Purpose, motivation, and drive are often all lumped in together. Not wrongly so, but purpose is deeper than all of those things. Purpose is what you're meant for. It is your motivation. It is your drive. It's the current that pulls everything else. It's getting up and doing what you know needs to be done, or that you want to do deep down, even if you're not feeling up to it, even if it doesn't motivate you at all. Your purpose helps you be disciplined. Purpose is healthy and can cover numerous things. You can have purpose doing your job, doing your passions, having interactions with people, but your purpose as a father steers you in your treatment and interactions with your kids and your family. It can guide you back quickly to what you want to be as a dad, as a father. This will differ for many people, but I would say that odds are there is a lot of men, a lot of fathers that want to be known as certain things collectively. You want to be known as a listening ear, someone that they can trust, someone that'll be there for them no matter what. You want to be known as a dad that will follow through on what he says, that what he says is what he means. Someone that'll stand up for their family, someone will stand up for their wife, for their kids, for other people. Someone who will come to help those in need. Most would want to show their sons how to treat their wives, how to treat women, would like to show their daughters how they should be treated. Through your example, your kids will learn so many things in their life. You're going to be their first teacher. You and mum will be their first teacher, and that's a great thing if your purpose is driving your interactions and is aligned with who you are. Your interactions, how you go day by day, how you treat them and others, will show your kids God's love, God's unconditional love, the unconditional love that he has for them, for you, and for all people. God also teaches grace. And that is a hard one to practice at times, but that is a very important one to teach. As a dad, it can be easy to want to be this great example because it's what we want. It can be easy to want to be that picture that you want your kids to look at as motivation, as an example of what a good man looks like. But a good man does make mistakes, but he also makes it right, and he also tries hard to do better. The tricky part in this is that we are all capable of great things. We are all capable of being men of purpose, men of honor, men of integrity. However, it is much harder to do than just reacting how we feel at the time, than just going with what the world tells us to do, tells us that the bare minimum is fine. Never really highlighting the importance of fatherhood, never really highlighting the importance of being a good example to your kids. This isn't something that I think helps men in the slightest, nor helps their kids, because there's no striving for being the best that you can be, and not in a cliche way, but in a I'm trying my hardest, not I'm perfect, but I'm doing my actual best. My best will get better as I grow and as I learn, as I iron out my issues and as I grow out of them. But that's where purpose comes in again. Your purpose will be the thing that makes you want to get there, that makes you want to deal with your stuff, that makes you want to fix problems, that makes you want to own even your mistakes. Because then that in turn will show your kids what it's like to own their problems, try to fix them, and be a better man out of that. What does your purpose look like? What does your purpose look like when it comes to being a dad? Purpose can come into any part of our lives. It can drive what we're going for, career-wise, interest-wise, relationally. We all have different purposes. A giant one, though, is who we want to be as a man, as a father, as a husband, etc. Rediscovering your purpose as a father involves several things. These may be different for you, but the ones that I feel like are crucial for being a good father, a good dad, a good man, are you need to listen. Try and be slow to anger, quick to forgive. Follow through with your word. Lead by example in all that you do. Lead with integrity and honesty. Treat your wife with love and respect, and treat others how you want to be treated. It sounds simple when you put it down and you just dissect it down into layman's terms, which is basically treating others how you want to be treated. Showing your kids what a good man is like. Showing your kids what a good husband, what a good father, what a good friend is like. It sounds simple. It's hard to act out of that all the time because there are many things that trip us up along the way. And maybe that's why you're feeling like your purpose has become cloudy, that some things have distracted you from that, maybe blunted that focus, blunted that drive. Maybe some things have taken away from it that they shouldn't have. But it does happen because that is life. There will be many things to distract you, many things to try and trip you up, many things that will try and dull the brightness of what you're going for. I know much of life's obligations get in the way of who we want to be, of what we want to focus on, how we want to interact. It can be things that can really veer us off course. Money is a massive one. Money, the stress from money, the focus from money and providing. Politics, stress, school, university, work, relationships. They can all take our attention and energy away. Attention and energy that's better spent on our family and what is truly important to us. It's normal to deal with these things, and it's okay to deal with these things. It is literally a part of life and a big part of adult life for a very long time. Unfortunately, it's very normal. Now, you can still be reconfiguring and rediscovering your purpose, and you can still be a man of purpose and lead with that, and still go through these things. Still have to be called away to work, still have to do obligations that take you away from your family. You can still be all these things. Yes, these actions don't align with what you're wanting directly, but indirectly, that's exactly why you're doing them. You're working to provide, to give your kids food on the table, to pay for rent or for your mortgage, or to travel or do these things, to put a roof over their head. If your kids do not understand this, it's okay to keep them in the loop. It's okay to keep them in the loop of your obligations, why you're doing them, if it's appropriate. If it's appropriate to tell them, hey, just a heads up, I'm really sorry I can't be there on the weekend. I've got to do overtime. We're needing a little bit more at the moment, so I'm just going to do that and I'll hang out with you afterwards. That's okay. It's okay to say that I'm seeing a client, I'm finishing a project, I'm building something at the moment, and it means that I won't be around during these times as much. I'm doing it for this reason, but it's something that I do need to do that is time intensive. It's not that I don't want to be with you. It's if I can get this done, it allows me to be with you more. If you think your kids are up to that conversation, I think that's fair enough. I keep my kids in the loop with all that sort of thing. And sometimes they don't understand it. They don't understand why work might be important to do. They don't understand why this sort of stuff needs to happen that day. Deadlines, etc. Not always. Rarely. But eventually they'll get it one day. And that's okay. They'll see in hindsight why I'm doing it. They'll see in hindsight what I'm trying to do and what's motivating me for that. What's my purpose? By keeping them in the loop, they don't have to guess. They don't have to hypothesize, and they don't have to potentially come up with the idea that they're your second priority, because that couldn't be further from the truth. There are other purposes and elements of life, but our purpose as a father brings us back to something that's the most important. What's crucial and what shouldn't be compromised. These times or even extended periods of time that take us away from our kids, but are for our kids, that still falls into purpose. And it makes it easier to do those things when we remind ourselves of that purpose. Why we're doing it. Why we're doing longer hours. Why we're getting up early or staying up late. Working on the things that need to be worked on. Building the things that need to be built. Doing the things that need to be done in order to get where you want to go and where you want to take your family. These sorts of things are crucial, and your kids will, odds are, not understand straight away. But one day, I reckon they will. But for you, it's hard to stay motivated. It's hard to just do it because we want to. However, that motivation, that drive, and that purpose will get you to do the things that you don't want to do every day. It will pick you up. It'll get you up. It'll help you to work on the things, to learn things that you had no interest in, but could make things better, that could make things more fruitful. Healing wounds that you've never game to touch. Stuff from when you're a kid. Stuff that's really hurt you or shaped you that you know will only hurt them if it's left. That's the motivation, that's the drive, and that's that purpose that will get you through the stuff that's really scary, the stuff that you don't know how to deal with yet. And that's all right. You don't have all the answers, but working on things and having that focus to just keep going, that'll get you through. And that'll get you through better than ever before. Your purpose as a father reminds you that you're doing this for your loved ones, that you're doing this for your kids, for your marriage, for a better life. However, one day, we want to do it for ourselves too, because we care about ourselves that much. That's a really good thing, because that way you're doing it for you, and you take yourself everywhere. You take yourself everywhere. You're stuck with yourself. So you may as well love yourself. You may as well want to be better for you, to be the best man and person you can be for you. And then everyone else gets to reap the benefits. But until we get to that spot, do it for your family. It's important to keep this front and center. Your purpose front and center. In professional development terms, it would be your why. And that makes sense. It's a good way of putting it. Your why. It's used a lot. But your why is really important, your purpose, the reason why you're doing everything. It's important to keep that front and center, because motivation can change and tweak, and just a few degree change of direction can take you in a totally different spot. You go from doing overtime to pay the bills to maybe save up something to, do something that's more of a base level thing for your family. But then things get all right, and then maybe you're choosing it for a different reason. The waters get a bit muddy. You start doing these things that take away from your family for the sake of more. Now, there's nothing wrong with having more, doing more, being more. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having more money, more freedom. Of course not. There's nothing wrong with that. However, if we don't balance that with our purpose, with spending enough time with our kids, with spending enough time with our family and doing what was actually motivating us from the start, it means that the waters have gotten muddy enough that we don't really know where we are or where we're going. But we could go in a different direction. We could just go, I want more, full stop, that's it, even if it takes me away from my family, even if it takes me away from my kids. But so many times I see incredibly successful people go, I worked my butt off to become a multi-millionaire, and I didn't get to spend time with my kids, and now they don't know me, and now I'd give it all back. I'd give it all away if it meant that I had that relationship with my kids. And obviously this is an extreme version of that, but this is what can happen. You don't have to make millions, you don't have to do anything like that. But if we're sacrificing time just for more money, for example, it's not a good trade. Money is mass printed. It loses value over time. Your kids don't. If this is something you're going through, zoom out, have a look at yourselves, have a look at your situation and where that misdirection came from, where those couple of degree angle changes came in, because they're the ones we need to correct. We need to go back to the core of things. Yes, there will be seasons of that. However, if it takes us away from a relationship with our kids, it's dragged us away from our purpose and what really matters. Ultimately, your family just wants you around. They want to be with you. They want to spend time with you. Particularly as young kids, that's all they want. They just want to have your time. They want to be with you. They want to do anything just to be with you. Do laundry, mow the lawn, go to the shops, anything. It can be boring and monotonous, but they want to do it with you. This will be to a lesser extent when they're older, generally, but it's still there, and it's still an underpinning thing that they can go towards. Because when they don't have it, when you're not seeking them out, when you're not available to them, eventually that's what they'll accept. Dad's just not around. Dad's just not available. Doesn't want to hang out. He's too busy doing ABC. Don't let your motivation, let your purpose leave your family. Don't let it shift from your family. If the waters get muddy, zoom out, look at everything, and even ask your kids, what are they wanting? I'd bet money that most kids would just want you around versus more stuff. Stuff is cool, but it's just cool. It doesn't feed your soul. It doesn't feed your heart as much as this, as much as a relationship with your kids. Your purpose as a father is deep, it's grounded, it's guided, it's noble, it's loving, it's powerful. It's so much of who you were created to be. Refresh yourself with the view of the kind of father you want to be remembered as. We'll all fall short and we'll all make mistakes. We'll never be perfect. That's a given. But to anchor ourselves with our purpose, with our picture of who we want to be as a dad, as a man, that better view of ourselves, it means we will operate from there far more than if we didn't have that. And that when we make a mistake, we'll pull ourselves back up to that picture, back up to that level that we want to be and that we want to be consistently. And the more we do it, the better we'll be, the better we'll get at it. And the more that'll be ingrained into who we are. It means that we'll reach the heights of being a better dad for our kids and a better man for everyone else. And what a byproduct that would be. Our purpose is taking us there. That's the path we'll walk. When we slip off, we'll just get back up and we'll just keep going. So remember who you are. Remember who you want to be for yourself and for your family. And everyone else will reap the reward as a result. Have your purpose mapped out. Write it on the wall if you need to, what you're doing this for. I'm working on this so that this can happen. I'm wanting to be more consistent in this way so that my kids trust me. Whatever it is, put them on the wall, put them front of mind, put on those shoes every day and get to work. I believe you can do it. Why not give it a go? All the best. Take care. See you next time.